You know, I always talk about how amazing the platform LinkedIn is, and in this video I want to show you how you can actually find the individuals that you really need to talk to if you're in career transition or looking for a new job. So what I mean by this is I'm going to show you how to not only find recruiters on LinkedIn, but I'm also going to show you how to find people in the HR department as well as even a CEO of a company. So let me go ahead and start this video. We're going to switch over to my LinkedIn account and I'll go ahead and get started on this. Okay, so I'm on my homepage of LinkedIn, and by the way, what I'm going to be showing you today you can do with a free version. I actually have the LinkedIn Premium Career, and by the way, if you are in career transition or you're looking for a new job, I do recommend having this version. I will put a link in the upper right hand corner to a video I did that talks about all the features out there for this version. But for what I'm going to show you right now, you don't need to have the any paid version whatsoever. So what I'm going to do is, let me show you how to find recruiters real quick. So it's pretty easy actually. I'm going to go up here to the search bar and I'm going to type in recruiter and hit enter, and I'm going to go to people. And right off the bat, I found 2,480,000 results. Now I could end the video right here if I wanted to, but I'm not going to do that to you because I want to narrow this down a little bit more. You're not going to be able to really manage 2,480,000 individuals out there. So let's do this. Let's go over to location. And let's find a location. I'm going to just pick one off the top of my head. I live in Silicon Valley, but you know what? I'm going to pick Memphis, Tennessee. So I'm going to click on Add a Location right here, and I just clicked on this button. And I'm going to type in Memphis. And I got Memphis, Tennessee, Memphis metropolitan area. I'll just do Memphis, Tennessee, United States, and we'll hit Show Results. And we're down to 2,300. Still quite a large number to manage. You know, if you're looking for specific recruiters in your area, I think what I would do is I would actually go another step here and I would click on connections and I would say, do I know anybody that is a recruiter in the area? And you probably, if you do, you've probably already reached out to them, but let's just say you don't. So I'm going to click on first connections just to double check. I don't. But how about if I go to second connections? Probably so. So I don't know a single person in the Memphis, Tennessee area. However, I know 69 people who know recruiters in the Memphis area. So I can go down and take a look at this. And I already see a number of people here that I know quite well that I could go ahead and use their name. If I could either reach out to them or I could just drop their name when I'm, sending a connection request to this person here. And by the way, when you are sending a connection request, I want you to always write a note down as to why it is that you're connecting. So I'm going to go ahead and let's say, for example, I want to connect with this individual right here. I'm going to click on connect and I'm going to add a note. And I'm going to sit there and say, hi, Sarah. I see we have a mutual connection with, and I would put in the person's name there. I'm not going to spell the whole thing out right now, but I would put something like this. I am a software engineer, or whatever your title would be. Recently displaced, and you don't have to follow this exact same thing. I'm just showing you. Recently displaced and would like to get on your radar for any current or future needs. And I go ahead and hit send on that, but I'm not going to do that right now. But let's talk about this for a moment. Why would Sarah actually accept my request? Well, there's probably about a good 50% chance she would for two reasons. One, I used a personal note there. And number two, and even more importantly, what is Sarah's position? She's a recruiter. What is her job? She needs to fill positions. She has to have a bucket full of job openings out there as well as a bucket full of candidates to fill those positions. So she very well could be accepting your request even if she doesn't have something right this moment. But here's the beauty of it. Let's say in a week from now, Sarah does have a opening for a software engineer. She's completely forgotten about you, but she'll do what about 85% of the recruiters will do. She'll go to LinkedIn, but instead of typing in recruiter right here, she's going to type in software engineer. She's going to put in a couple of keywords that I hope you have in your profile, and she's going to do a search. Guess who comes up first in the list? It's her first connections. And because she connected with you, you're going to be one of the top ones in that level. But now, let's just say, for example, that this individual down here has an opening for a software engineer. Now, this individual does not know you. You do not know them. You didn't even know that there's this position open at whatever company that this individual is looking for. This individual and Sarah just happen to be connected on LinkedIn, which is not unusual because a lot of times recruiters are connected to each other. So guess what? This person goes out on LinkedIn, does a search. Okay, you're not a first connection, but you're still coming up pretty high in this person's search if you have the right keywords because you are a second connection. You and Sarah are both connected together. So this is how first steps on how to go ahead and find a recruiter. Let's take it another step further. Let's say I'm going to go ahead and go back to home here, and I'm going to clear this history. And let's just say I'm looking for a recruiter in the medical device industry. So I'm going to go up here, I'm going to do search, and I'm going to type in recruiter and hit enter. And I'm going to go to people, and there's that 2,480,000 again. And let's say I'm looking in the San Francisco Bay Area. So I'll put a location here, San Francisco Bay Area, and hit show results, and probably have quite a few, 46,000. But now this is what's kind of cool. I'm going to go over here to all filters, and I'm going to go down where we have the word industry. Now, I want to do a medical device industry, right? That's not in here, but I can add an industry. By the way, and this is something that's really important I want you to be aware of, there's about 50, 60 million companies that are listed in LinkedIn, but of all these companies, they all fall into only one of about 150 industries. And if you go to the notes section below this video, there's a link there where you can go ahead and download a copy of those industries. So here I'm going to go ahead and type in medical device because I do know that this happens to be an industry. And there we go, medical and let me see here. It looks like they changed the name. It used to be medical devices. Now it's medical and large diagnostic laboratories. So I'm going to click on that. I'm going to go ahead and hit show results. And look at that. Now I have 16 that are dedicated in the area of medical devices. Like say, for example, Abbott right here, senior talent acquisition at Abbott. And not only that, though, look at this, it's actually a second connection too. And I recognize the individuals that I may be connected with on that. So this is how easy it is to find recruiters in the industries that you're looking for. And I put in here San Francisco Bay Area. Maybe if I wanted to be looking towards making a relocation to, let's say, Austin, Texas. I'll go ahead and click on this. I'm going to type in Austin, and here it is right here. I'll uncheck the Bay Area. Let's do show results, and we've got a couple of them there, right there. So probably not as many of the medical device companies in Austin, but got a few of them, and this one in here is all third connections, but I would still go ahead and reach out to them, and I would send them a connection request. I just wouldn't drop a name. I would say, hi, I'm, a software engineer currently exploring, the medical device industry. Now, I said that, we do this with recruiters, but what about looking for CEOs? So let me go ahead and go back to home. Actually, before I even do CEOs, let's just do human resources. So I'm going to do human resource director. And you know, of course, there's always different kinds of titles. I mean, senior, there's, you know, human resources, senior director, director, vice president. You have to play around with this a little bit, but I'm just going to go with human resource director, hit enter. And I'm going to go to people, and we got 554,000. I'm going to go to a location up here. I'm going to put something else in this time around. How about Sacramento, California? There we go. Show results. So 922, really kind of narrowed this one down, and I haven't even selected an industry yet. So I'm going to go over here to all filters. I'm going to put it in industry in this one. And where's my industry? Right there. Add an industry. How about computer hardware manufacturing? Show results. And I got a couple right there. So I can go directly into this and contact these individuals here. And better if I have second connections, but in this case I don't. What about CEOs? Same process altogether. So I'm going to go ahead and clear this. Clear. And I'm going to type in CEO. Hit enter. And now I'm going to go to people. And we'll go to see all results. And we got 9 million CEOs over there. So what we want to do now, that one actually looks like they're hiring, which is kind of fun. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to all filters, and let's take a look at a new industry here. Let's say healthcare. So I'm going to do healthcare. Health, hospitals and healthcare. Okay, show results. And we got 290,000. Let's go to locations and bring this down a little bit. And you notice we could even do something outside of the country. I mean, I don't know. Let's try India for a second. And I got 10,000 in India there. So you see, if I go in here, change this to Los Angeles, metropolitan area. And again, there's so many of these. This is what I think I would do next is I would go into the connections right here, and I'd see if I have any second connections. I know I don't have any first, but I have some second connections. Justin White, I know. George Anderson, I know all these individuals here. I could use any of these that I can drop their name on. So this is how you can leverage LinkedIn for finding recruiters, for finding HR people, for finding CEOs, for finding CIOs, for finding program managers. It's how you can find individuals out there. It's a professional networking platform. All I can suggest is that you make sure when you're doing a connection that you're explaining why you're doing that connection. And you have 300 characters to do that in, which is about 2.5 to 3 sentences. So I hope you found this video informative and useful, and if you haven't already done so, make sure that you subscribe to this channel, hit that bell notification, as I do upload new career tips and strategies every Tuesday, and I'd hate for you to miss anything. Thanks again for stopping by, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Take care.